Welcome back to the show. Today we're diving into Wicked for Good, the highly anticipated conclusion to the Wicked saga. And yes, we're going full spoilers at the end. From emotional reunions, character transformations, political fallout in Oz, and that shocking ending that sort of has the internet split in half, we'll be covering it. So we'll break down the story, look at what critics and fans are saying as well, and explore the things behind Elphaba and Glinda's final choices. And we'll give you our final honest review of part 2. So we're going to grab those broomsticks and those spell books and let's get wicked. There's no intro, so we're just going to go straight into it. Yes! Initial thoughts. Jen, I've got you first. Initial thoughts on Wicked for Good, the end of the saga for Wicked.
I loved it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the way they did part 1 and then coming into part 2, which, as you both know now, has 2 completely different tones. I loved it. And yeah, I'm very happy with it. I cried, not a surprise there. So I have a lot more to say, but I'm going to be careful because I could keep going. But yeah, I loved it. I want to talk more about it. And yeah, it's beautiful. Really well done.
Okay, I'll tee mine up next. I'll catch the ball and run with it real quick. I enjoyed it, but I definitely felt like I was I don't know if I saw things coming or if that was just like the Wizard of Oz idea in my mind of like I saw, and we'll get into it in the spoiler section, right? But there's so much of it where I'm thinking, okay, this has to be this. This has to be that. This has to be this. There's that one ending, though, that one part in the ending where I did not follow that.
Oh, I already know what it is because
I did not follow that thread through when it happened. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Because you don't know. They don't like, there's no thread. That's the thing.
There's no thread. Well, technically, there is if you're keeping an eye out because they popped the bottle in the. You saw it like 3 times in the movie before that ending, but it was never referenced ever again, like in the first movie. So I will say I liked that ending to it, but I will say I love the music from the first movie more than the second one. Okay. The music from the first one, I don't know. I guess that's just. I don't know, that and the intrigue of the story with the animals and all that stuff was intriguing in the first one for me. This one, I mean, I think they stuck the landing for me. It's a good conclusion to a story. Is however you feel like what a happy ending is, you got it on either side. And I enjoyed it. But and we'll get into the spoilers part of it too, where I was like, oh man, I kind of saw that. I will say one character I did not like a lot, and we'll go into characters too. The Cowardly Lion is the worst character I've ever seen in my life, man. He's over here just shivering and shaking out of fear when she saved you. Okay, well, we'll talk about that in our spoilers. Boy, no, it's terrible. Like, I was like, shut up. Shut up. You over here telling other animals to be scared. But anyway, Doc, your initial thoughts of Wicked for Good.
My God. Good evening. Afternoon. Listen, I thought it was great. I thought it was brilliant. A lot of people felt like it was a bit slow. They felt like the music wasn't as triumphant as the first, as the opener. I thought this was perfect. I thought it ended perfectly. For me, man, it's the music. It's the music for me. It's the music and the art. You know what I'm saying? The whole fashion of it all, of Oz. Like, I love it. You know? And Jeff Goldblum's, Oz, I really love the way he plays the wizard. You know? And I would love if they had a part 3, but I don't think they're going to do a part 3. I know there are like several books and they could, continue, but I think they're going to stop.
Wait, could they? Can they?
Yeah, they can continue because in the book, some other stuff happens after, the whole Dorothy situation. and we'll get into it. But with that being said, I enjoyed it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
So, Key, I guess when we went through initial thoughts, I think it's a generally positive sort of reception on our ends for it. But is there anything that sort of stands out within the spoiler-free section that we can talk about to sort of give people watching either live or on the replay now of like, hey, this is a reason to go see this movie. This is a reason why it's so high up on my list of movies right now. Doc, go back to you.
Okay, so if you're like me and you have something that's called freezing that happens to you when you listen to music, it's when you get goosebumps and you feel a certain way and music takes you to a certain place. I had that the whole entire movie. So for me, like I said, it's the music for me. And if you're like me and you love beautiful music, go and see this film. I guarantee you will not be disappointed.
Jen, same for you.
I would agree. The music and seeing more of Cynthia and Ariana Grande singing together in this film is just something very special with these two women and these characters and just how they vibe so well together within song. There was something I wanted to comment on about it. To your question, Dion, I'm trying to remember what it was. Shoot, I lost my thought. I should have wrote it down.
No problem.
I will say, because you asked the question of, why should people go see this film? Oh, I know what I was going to say. This is a film about friendship, about a powerful friendship, and how this friendship really navigates through a lot of tough things, and it stands the test of the dynamics that happen from part 1 and how it goes to part 2, and how even though these friends agree to disagree on things to a point, they are still friends no matter what, and they learn to really love and appreciate each other, and they want each other to thrive in the choices that they make. Granted, part 2 does show, because the conclusion of part 1 is all characters are confronted with a choice and all of them has to make a choice. And then this film shows the consequences of those choices and what happens within those choices. So it's just powerful storytelling on a few different levels, from the friendship narrative to what happens when you are forced to make a choice and what that would look like depending what side of the fence you fall on. So in itself, along with the music, is very compelling.
Yeah.
And just we'll get into it on the spoiler side of things, but at the same time, excuse me, I will say I enjoyed, I guess, like just Jen said, like that character development. Like, hey, there's a choice to be made here. Every single character had a choice. There was a left and a right to choose from. There was a fork in the road where they decide to go. And I will say it conveyed it more throughout the music when you're watching it in full, and you're just, okay, this music is leading perfectly with this action or what's going on at this point in time, especially just when it's sort of time to, I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to say anything that'll be spoiler-ish. So let me just tail it back for 1 second, because that clip of that video just reminded me of something. Whoever designed the military jackets,
the uniforms,
just put your arms in the other sleeve, man. Just put your arms through the sleeve. I don't know why.
Why did that bother you
so much?
Why did it bother you?
Just think how better it would have looked if they had their arm in there. I thought Piero, right? I thought he came back with one arm because it was just dangling. The sleeve was just dangling off his. I was like, wait a minute, what happened? I know it's been a while, but what happened? And everybody,
I never even noticed that when I was watching.
That bugged me the whole movie. The movie. Y'all didn't notice that at all?
No, I didn't.
No. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll find a
not
picture.
at all.
we'll find a picture. That I could not stop. I could not stop looking at that. But anyway, let me. I have some other questions, just other stuff we could sort of build through.
Yeah.
And just saying like our character arcs for this, without being so spoilery before we get to our spoilers review. Which character arc were you fascinated the most by? Because there were so many. There was obviously Elphaba, Glinda's, even the Fiero. Which one was like sort of appealing throughout that entire movie? Jen, I'll ask you that first.
Well, real quick. Hey, ATO, thanks for joining in.
What's up, ATO Worldwide?
Toto is the only person we could have showed. And you didn't show Dorothy's face at all. But
nope.
Well, it's like that in the play too. Actually, how you see Dorothy, Scarecrow, Cowardly Lion. How
What's the best way?
Yeah,
it's the best way, right? You're seeing
the same thing. You just see the backs of them. It's the same thing in Act 2. And I will say this. This is not going to be too spoilery. What I was surprised was in the live show, Lion doesn't speak at all. So in the movie where he has lines, that's new. That's not in the actual show. He doesn't speak.
I mean, he was.
So for me, when I think like seeing this again, because I have seen the live show, but it's been some time since I've seen it, and now seeing Act 2 again and recalling things and remembering things and noticing the difference between the two, I say Glinda her arc is very interesting, because when we're first introduced to her in part 1 and how she is, and she's the person like would annoy you, but then you can't help but like her at the same time, and just what she goes through, because she basically gets what she wants, what she's always wanted, but then she has that struggle with, she knows what's going on behind the curtain, and she knows everything that's being said about her best friend is not true, and the struggle she has to deal with that, and how you see her observe everything, try to go along with the show, but then she's also questioning everything at the same time as she gets in deeper and deeper and deeper, and lines are pushed too far.
Yeah, and Doc, same question for you. Just character arc. Which one did you find, I guess, most appealing throughout the movie? Keeping the spoilers light.
I would have to agree with Jen, because I wanted to see on what side of the fence Glinda was going to land, to be honest with you. Because, she got a lot of back and forth, even when the prince asked the question, do we really have to go along with everything that's going on? And she was like, well, why not? I'm happy. It's making me happy.
Who wouldn't want this? Right.
So
I know, right?
I really wanted to see where she would land, considering the fact she loves Elphaba. That's her best friend. Hey, and granted, Glinda has a lot of friends, but she only has one best friend that's really special.
Yeah, and that was dope. That was dope. And
there are some lines that hit heavy, because that line is actually in the trailer, but when you see the full dialogue of it. Oh my goodness, just how
and I know, I don't know, it might be cliche because she's a lead in this film. So, of course we're interested in her story arc, but her story arc, I mean, is interesting. And like I said, it's her character and her flaws that she has within herself that she doesn't let people see. It's brilliant how they did that when they're filming, and we'll get to the spoilers in a minute, but I love how they showed that.
Yeah, I think I completely agree, because I didn't know which way she would go, Glinda, and sort of seeing her full arc. I don't ever think she was terrible. I never thought that. I never thought that, but I get it. I get when certain things happen that you do it out of anger and at
spite.
the time. Yeah. But
no, Glinda's not the villain of this. She's not.
No, not at all.
In my opinion, Madam Horrible is the villain.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, she was so. I got a few like spoiler-free questions real quick. So,
Yes.
and it takes us back to it. Jen, did this film meet, exceed, or fall short of your expectations from the build from part one? So you've seen the play, you've seen this. What do you got?
I would say for me, it did exceed expectations just because of the changes that I noticed from the play that they did for this film that I actually really liked that we can get into in the spoiler section.
Mhm.
There were quite a few changes because there was one change I've mentioned uh a couple of episodes ago when we first talked about this, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to spoil it for you all. I wanted to see because I was wondering how they were going to do it with the actress who portrays Nessa Rose. So, but with the changes that they made, I definitely say that it definitely exceeded my expectations just because that's just me personally, where I see a story that I've seen before and I go see a different adaptation of it. If you can flesh it out a little bit more, I usually love that when I see that, when we just get a little bit more of the dynamics of what's happening in those moments, or if there's a narrative that was touched on, abandoned, but then focused on more in the retelling of it, which is one of the things that happens in this film that doesn't happen in the show. So for me, I really appreciated the changes that they did. And it made sense to me for this story.
I'll take because I don't think I answered the last one or asked myself the last one. I think it hit what it needed to hit for me. It didn't fall short by any means. It's a good conclusion to a story, and it's a good sort of multiverse, if you will, for the Wizard of Oz for me, because I like the story a lot better than the just OG original Oz
And
Wizard of Oz story
let me
that we've
say
known for decades now.
now, both of you all read the books on this, right? Because I
I've
went
not.
into this, okay, because I would say I went into this not
No.
even seeing the Broadway show,
I
nor
haven't-
reading the books.
I haven't read the books actually.
Okay, so my knowledge on what actually happens, I had none. So I'm sitting in the theater. My wife has read all the books. Yeah, so I'm sitting in the.
But you can say too, some of the stuff you saw coming.
No,
right?
I don't mind. I don't mind seeing the stuff coming. My thing is,
it was good foreshadowing.
Putting it to music, yes, putting it to music and making me feel something. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? And this movie made me feel something. And that's what I appreciate about any movie that I go see. If I'm sitting in the movie and I'm bored, that's an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me say this, because when I saw the live show, and this shows the difference between movies and seeing a live show, because when you have a movie, you have different camera shots, camera angles, close-ups, and you have the opportunity to see the emotions that the characters are going through that are being conveyed versus a live show. When I saw the live show, and I enjoyed it, I loved it, but I had more an emotional reaction both with part one and part two, the movie, than I did in the show. And I was actually taken aback by that because it's the same show, it's the same story. And I was thinking about, well, why was I more emotional with the film than the show? And it's because, we get to see more close up the characters, how they're
and you're there, Jen. And
right.
There.
You're basically a fly on the wall. Seeing them interact, seeing the emotions, and then Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, the way they acted with one another as they played these characters so beautifully, the way you can actually feel what they were feeling. I loved it.
And I'm gonna say, look, if you're going to school for costume design or
this is a master
fashion
class.
or hair
except
or anything,
for the military jacket.
Except for the military jacket that Dion hates.
Flag on that military jacket.
please, just go for that. I mean, man, the costumes are just beautiful. I mean, color and the way that they make them fit each character. Man, I love it. I mean, from the fact that that's still Glinda's grandmother's hat and the way that Elphaba wears it and embodies it, you know what I'm saying?
She never abandons it.
I'm just
never
saying, y'all
abandoned
go
it.
check this film out, man. Don't let the naysayers deter y'all from seeing something that could
No,
possibly
do not
change
let
the
them
way
there.
you view, Wizard of Oz.
Go see it for yourself.
Yeah.
Cultivate your own opinion.
I think y'all pretty much went to my next question, because it was like, how would you recommend this movie to someone who hasn't seen who hasn't seen the first part? I'm sure all of us would say, hey, watch the first one. Don't do this.
No,
it's only 2 parts. Just watch the first one.
Because we're not getting another one after this. It's not a lot of homework for you to do, but just so you can understand what's happening in part 1, this is one I would say, no, you have to watch part 1 first before you watch part 2.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, do yourself a favor and just watch them both.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. You won't.
Oh, for sure. A few more before we jump into the fun side of things. So I guess, Doc, did any supporting characters surprise you or feel more fleshed out this time?
Actually, yes. And I know, man. Okay. So when we say supporting, can we include the monkeys?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I didn't expect, I think his name was Chesterfield, one of those.
Yeah, Chestery.
I didn't expect him to have anything. And I like the fact that it shows you where the loyalty started with the monkeys and why they had the quote unquote Wicked Witch of the West back.
And I think that's what I was waiting for too. I was waiting for like, hey, how do they hook up, man? It's like,
right.
So I was waiting for that too.
I was real
how
surprised.
Does the math with what we know from the Wizard of Oz?
Right. Right. So I was surprised how they did that. And the second character that I really like, and I know a lot of people don't, I love the Wizard. I'm sorry. He is so charismatic. That's why everybody in Oz is under his spell. When he started singing that song, something that's wonderful. Bum, 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 bum. Man, that right there.
Your boy almost went to the island like that.
Everybody was like, and we all know he is bad. Like, he is evil, right?
Oh man, we have to talk about this in the spoiler section because there's a lot. Well, there's a line he says, to your point, Doc. It's like, well, no one's gonna believe you anyway.
Right, exactly. But that's getting to the spoilery part.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying that his character was one that I was like, ooh, wait a minute. And then at the end, and we'll get to it. And I was like, how you so smart, but you're not smart enough.
He's a great inventor. Like when you see this, like all the stuff that is in Oz, it's his inventions. He's a brilliant inventor and engineer.
But you can't see what's in front of you though. But you're so brilliant. You know what I'm saying?
Which is common with some brilliant people that they can't see right under their nose.
But yeah, those are my two characters.
Jen, same question. Any supporting characters that surprised you or make you feel like they were more fleshed out this time?
He didn't ask you. You didn't even see the movie. You didn't see the movie. You didn't go. For me, honestly, no. But I agree with Doc. Just because I have seen the show before. And for me, I was paying attention to the main character. So nothing for me as a side character. I was like, oh wow, that's amazing. Blah 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 blah. But with everything Doc said, I do agree with him because I don't disagree with that at all. But for me, no, not a particular side character made me go, that's interesting. Wait a minute, let's go back and talk about this.
Yeah,
I was happy to see Toto though.
Yeah, I think everybody's sort of happy to see him. But for me, I mean, I might agree with Doc with the Wizard. I mean, it's hard to call him a supporting character when it really is about him. Yeah.
I don't know if he is a supporting.
But
character.
The story is not about him on this,
but
Yeah,
exactly. It's tough because like there's one where I wish I could have seen more. And that was Nessa Rose. I wish I could have saw that more of that before what happened. And you know what? We've been beating around the bush too long, man.
Yeah, let's get it. Come on.
Let's go into spoilers. Like we've been
Thank
beating
you.
around it.
Ding ding. Y'all get ready. Now we get to the fun part. Come on, let's talk about it.
What we see with Nessa Rose is exactly like a play to a point. They did one change. And the change was because I was wondering what they were going to do because the actress who plays Nessa Rose in the movie, she really can't walk. She's
really in a wheelchair.
Really in a wheelchair. Where in the show, the spell that Elphaba casts, Nessa Rose actually gets up and walks. So I was when knowing that, I was wondering how they were going to pull that off. So the fact that they changed to where, which I thought was really cool, where the spell actually causes Nessa Rose to float and the shoes turn to ruby red as a nod to the original film with why can't I remember why am I forgetting her name?
Dorothy Dandridge?
Dorothy Dandridge.
No, the one who
not
plays
Dorothy Dandridge.
Oh,
Dorothy Dandridge is not
Judy
Garland. Judy Garland. Why we both say Dorothy Dandridge, bro? Like, seriously, why we both say that?
Yeah,
both of us knowing that's Judy Garland, not Dorothy Dandridge, her fine self. God forgive us, Dorothy, forgive us, Dion and I pray this prayer. I apologize.
What happened?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Well, I think we're excited because Xander crawled today. He's crawling.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Baby's crawling. So the fact that they did the nod to Judy Garland's Dorothy with having the slippers actually turn ruby red and she floats.
Yes.
But yeah, everything else that we see in Act 2 is basically similar to the play. There was not a lot of change there for what I could recall.
Gotcha. So just for sake of time, where do we want to start? Like what big, like, I know we kind of want to go through the story more or less.
No,
but
I tell you where we can start. Let's start with the fight. Let's start with the fight with Elphaba and Glinda because I didn't see it coming. I ain't see they were going about to throw those, and I most definitely didn't see them get ready to fight over no dude. And it took me a minute. I was like, wait a minute, it's Glinda. Did she get ready to swing on my girl Elphaba? She felt to swing. And when she did, I was like, no.
Best part of that was her mimicking that laugh and like, where'd you learn that?
Can I just say that the fact that this doesn't happen in the show, but the fact that they both slap each other in the face, that doesn't happen. I was like,
man.
The way they just slapped each other and then went at it, I was like, they just smacked each other.
Because I did not see that come. I didn't see the slap coming where she was going to really slap Elphaba. Like, she was getting mad and she was already furious because Fiyero chose her over this. You know what I'm saying? She's like, wait a minute. Really?
Yep.
So, and boy, I showed her little poems. Boy, she gave her one of them. Hey,
I love how Glinda took the wand and she was doing this, and Elphaba was like, "What are you doing?"
She was twirling that wand.
Hey, she was
twirling. Well, I have a question for both of you all because I knew this was coming, and I know you both had no idea it was coming. What did you think about the reveal of the Tin Man and Scarecrow?
Look, I love the reveal of all.
Okay, so they did foreshadowing for this in the first movie, right? I'm making this up.
No. They do, but here's the thing, and it's both in the play and in the film. It's very, very subtle.
Because that's what I think I picked up. Because even leaving out of the first movie, I was telling Emily about, all right, we know who the Cowardly Lion is. We saw him get released and go away.
Well, this is how you get the foreshadowing. You have to look at the choreography of Fiyero in his song. A lot of the choreography is similar to Scarecrow's movement. And it's also the way Bach stands, sometimes where he has his feet together, the way he stands so stoically. And he will very slightly lean.
He like leans. See, I told Emily I was right. Last year.
It's
I was
very subtle. Very subtle.
I love the Tin Man transformation. The Tin Man transformation was kind of like a horror movie.
It was
a little
dramatic,
bit. Like,
bro.
It was really dramatic.
Your man grabbed his chest and said, I feel my heart shrinking. I was like, no. What did she say? What did she say? What were the words saying with her little goofy ass? Look, let me tell you, didn't nobody tell her to roll over there and start reading out that book? We talking about Vanessa right now, people. Oh Lord Jesus, this woman.
Yeah, in the play after she is able to walk, she walks over to the book and picks up the book
and picks it up.
The book. Yeah,
man.
Mm.
Well, here's the thing. It was just again great foreshadowing, and then using material or creating material from Wizard of Oz to spin off into this, or to spin off or spin into this with this, however you want to phrase it. When she lifted up that dress, I saw those socks and I saw those shoes. I was like, "You gonna end up under a house."
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
She's
too
the
bad.
Wizard of the East.
Too bad.
Yep.
And I do enjoy that they took they're using the shoes from the actual book or the original Wizard of Oz instead of the ruby red, because I feel like there would be some licensing issue there with like the Wizard of Oz with the ruby red slippers. But like Jen said, they heated them up, and they turned red there. So paying homage to that one. Homage to that one, and then the OG one.
Because also in the play, the shoes are not ruby red. They are book accurate. And then in the show, they never turn red. They just remain as they are.
Yeah. So it was a little nod to the OG and the Wizard of Oz, the actual one. They probably did it because of Technicolor. I feel like I know why they went with red, but I can't remember.
That's actually it. The shoes weren't able to show up on camera really well. Which was the problem with the coloring, so that's why they chose to make them red, so the shoes would show up with the detail of it. And then
that brilliant shot up here, and that brilliant shot of them going from black and white to color.
Yes.
I love movies.
With this whole box situation and her, that part, it escalated quickly. Bach was like, "Yeah, I gotta roll." And that man got his bag, got his jacket, got his hat.
Well, here's the thing.
Walked in. How fast was she to get that order passed and those signs made?
She signed it the moment he left.
It happened in a split
left.
second. As soon as he got to the train station, no, sir. Munchkins ain't allowed to go nowhere.
But
take your behind back to the castle.
Here's the powerful thing, though, about this moment. When he's at this train station, before he finds out what Nessa did, he looks in the mirror at himself and is having a moment of happiness where he feels free to be out of Nessa Rose's power. And then he doesn't look in the mirror again until he becomes the Tin Man. He says, "What have you done to me?"
But here's the thing.
So powerful.
On what planet did Bach think he was going to get Glinda draws? Please tell me.
Here's the thing. There's a scene that's cut out of part 1. I wish they would have left in between Bach and Elphaba, where they're talking to each other. And the scene is where Bach is really sad about Glinda being with Fiyero, and he's talking. Bach is talking to Elphaba about his feelings. Like, I can't change the way I feel. This is just how my feelings are. And Elphaba says to. Or Bach says to Elphaba, "I don't want to hurt Nessa Rose." And Elphaba says, "You're going to hurt her anyway."
Yeah.
And the irony of him being in love with somebody don't want his goofy ass, and then Vanessa being in love. Nessa Rose being in love with somebody don't love him. You know what I'm saying?
One of the reasons why he's heartless.
Here's the thing: we just play this whole thing out, man. Glinda didn't marry Fiyero.
No.
So I mean, wait this thing out, man. It was a rash decision.
Your boy ain't have a chance, cuz.
Yeah. You never know.
What's that line in part? I was like, I just realized, it's very interesting how strangers are people I never met.
And walks away. All right, buddy. Hey.
Anything else? Because we can go on for days. We can go and walk through this thing. Any other just absolutely uber spoiler stuff that we want to get into?
There's a lot of spoilers we could get into.
Let's just good, great moments, stuff we can talk about, because I got a few. Jen, I know you got some.
Well, I have the list of the differences if you want to go through that first. What do you want to do?
Let's do that.
Okay. So, as we already mentioned, Nessa Rose in the show walks, where here, because the actress really can't. They made the change to where she floats, and we have the nod with the red shoes.
She was evil, man. Look at that hairdo.
And fast.
Like,
she looks like her daddy.
And fast.
Anyway, one thing that was a change from the live play versus the film, how they kept the animal narrative in part 2. In the show, it actually gets abandoned after the Wonderful Song. We don't see anything about the animals ever again throughout the rest of the show. But in the movie, they kept that narrative, which I really liked, which is what Elphaba really cares about. And the fact that we open with how animals are actually are forced now to do forced labor with the building of the Yellow Brick Road, that was just like, oh my dang.
That's why I said the wizard, for all his charisma, is a piece of trash.
Which you really don't get that emphasis in the live show at all. So the fact that we got to see that and how animals were being cruelly treated and what the wizard was trying to do and how Elphaba was fighting for their rights. I mean, The Wizard of Oz is a political book. If you don't know that much, I do know. It's a political book. It's a political story, and it carries through this. So yeah. So how Elphaba's really fighting for animals. She tries to make a deal with Oz again when she actually goes to visit Glinda before her wedding, because she actually wants to congratulate her. And this reveal.
Sorry to cut you off, but the animals thread was my most interesting thread through both the movies.
Yeah,
because in the first movie we see they're losing their voice, like they're being told not to speak. And it's like when you say at the beginning of this movie, we saw them in labor, like forced labor, building the Yellow Brick Road, right? And then here comes Elphaba in like Superman with that cape flapping. Well, that cape, that was straight up superhero cape.
Well, here's the cool thing that a lot of people are not talking about. When she flies, she's not really sitting on the broom the whole time, too. Like she gets off the broom and uses it as a weapon as she's still flying.
And then she she really don't need the broom to fly. She can fly herself.
As we see later with her and Fiero when they are singing about their love.
Yeah, but the animals thread for me was like the most interesting one. So I'm glad they kept this. Gave me
I was happy about it too.
I honestly was sitting there the whole time. I don't remember his name. Wondering where, like, I called him Professor Goat was, man, because I loved him in the first movie so much.
Professor Denneman.
Hey, Professor G was what I called him.
Professor Goat.
He was such a good character in the first movie, and then you get to him, and he's inside here. Yeah, and then at the end, you see like his triumphant return to the class, like
as a professor. Yeah, because
that's my favorite character, man.
Well, here's the thing though, because we get the first reveal in part 1 where, because Elphaba uses her magic and it breaks that seal where the wizard is, and you see the animals under the wizard seal, which is the original seal for the school. Which is how something's going on with the animals and the wizard. That's one nod toward it. But then how heartbreaking was it to see Professor Dilliman again being held captured by the wizard in a cage, and he can't speak to Elphaba.
Can't even talk. Yeah.
And he hit it with that. I was like, no, man.
He actually went up to her because he recognized her. He can't even speak to her.
Yeah, like the animal storyline was great. And the fact that they were willing to, like, they were like refugees, man. They were leaving underneath the Yellow Brick Road, man.
They it's that forest that Dorothy and all them I think walk through, or another pathway of it where they could escape, where the monkeys won't find them. Yeah.
I will say, man, the story with the monkeys, or how they become, like, Fiero tells them to protect Elphaba.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's how we team up. And then from then on, it was dude, they I don't know. The animals for me, it's gonna sound weird, was one of the most entertaining threads for me throughout it. Because
that's not weird. They're a part of the story.
But that was the evil of Oz too, right? Yeah. Like he said, like, hey, you can take the flying monkeys. It's fine. Go ahead and do that. When he got all these other animals down here caged, and he comes in like, let's talk about this. Now,
Right.
wait a minute. Now, wait, in Jeff Goldblum type of way, right?
Yeah.
Like not admitting that
Jeff
it's wrong,
Goldblum
but he was
swag.
like, we can talk about this.
Right,
Like,
we can
it's
talk about
not what
this.
it looks like. It's exactly what it looks like.
You got them down here in cages, man.
Yeah, man.
Right. And then you know, with getting back to that moment where you know, the animals are escaping, and that is actually that song that Cynthia sings, No Place Like Home. That's not in the original play. That's one of the new songs that's added to the film. And that whole dialogue with Dulcibert and everything, all not in the original show, all for the film, which again, which is why it exceeded expectations, because I just loved how they went back to that narrative and fleshed it out.
Yeah, it definitely made Elphaba more heroic for me when she's in there and talking like, hey, there's no place like home, man. This is home.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Why would you want to leave home?
Exactly. And I don't know, it tied up so well. And anything else you got, Jen? I'm sure you got a little more for us.
I do have a few more. So No Place Like Home was a new song, and then Girl in the Bubble, which is Ariana's song that she sings, that's a brand new song that's not in the show as well. And then I already mentioned Carolee Lyon Speaks, where in the show he doesn't speak at all. You just see them for a moment and they go off to do their thing within the storyline.
And when he showed up when all the animals were escaping, were trying to leave, when he showed up, I'm sorry, man. You should have just been that one animal. Just, shut the hell up. Like, or something, you know what I mean?
But then the line he says was interesting because he had a different POV because he was a baby. He's like, well, she took me from my home. From
the only home he ever known.
In a cage.
Right.
Here's the thing. My daughter couldn't understand that concept when he said that. And I had to explain to her that his cage was the only home he ever known. She exposed him to a bigger world, which is frightening to him because he had never known anything else other than that cage. So I had to explain that to my daughter, why he was so afraid.
Right. Which also adds to the narrative of what the wizard was wanting to do with animals. The fact that this young cub doesn't even remember his mother. He just remembers the cage.
It's a sad story. You think about it.
It's sad.
Need an angry man sitting up over there. Man, that's damn.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you are the angry man, sir.
Man,
so, and then the last change, which is, I'm jumping ahead here, but the last change that they did is everything that happens with Glinda, with inviting the animals in, and then the Grimmery actually opening for her. That doesn't happen in the show.
I think they had the scene together.
That doesn't happen in the show.
If they didn't hit that note at the end.
It is a big thing because the narrative in the show versus the movie, Elphaba in the play doesn't tell her to learn about magic and to learn to read it for herself. I mean, she does give the Grimmery back, but that's not what she tells her.
Oh wow!
And my question would be, why give it back if you're not gonna show anybody how to read it? You know what I'm saying? Why not keep it for yourself?
Well, even Elphaba says in the spell where she saves Fiyero, she's like, I don't even understand what I'm reading. She still doesn't understand it yet either.
She did.
And as we learn, once a spell is cast from a Grimmery, it can't be reversed. So it does more harm than good, depending on the spell. Because we saw that with Tin Man. We see that with Fiyero when he's turned into the Scarecrow. He can't go back.
The sucky thing is, old girl ain't dead. And what if Professor Warblew, whatever her name is, she ain't dead.
Warble.
But so what if she got her hands on the Grimmawizzle? You know what I'm saying?
She can't read it either. That's why they needed Elphaba.
Yeah, that's why they had it. That's why we had
she
the first
told
movie.
her to learn how to read it. So how would she go about doing that? You see what I'm saying?
Man, at this point, who knows, man?
I'm just happy that Glinda got her taken out.
But she did get flown out.
She did.
Oh yeah, not the good flown out, but yeah, she got flown.
Flown. Yeah, but that was a big change.
And they was flying her to a cage in the sky, son.
Yeah. It's God almighty, man. There's a few other parts. I love the beginning of it. She was in her superhero mold. These clowns, I say these clowns, these two were gonna get married. And
But here's the
Fiyero was
thing,
like,
he didn't know. He was like,
he
I
didn't
didn't even
know
ask
either.
you. Like, what's going on?
I do
It's like,
find
wait,
it.
we are.
I know we're kind of jumping around, but it's a big movie, and we can pick and choose whatever. But
Yeah.
I love the idea with the bubble being a cloak for like her not knowing
Oh,
magic.
yeah.
I love that. Even with the wand, and then we get the flashback of her too at a birthday party where she's trying to do magic, she can't, and then here comes a rainbow, and
Flashback was
yeah, I
added to
did
the
that.
movie.
Right.
It's not in the show.
So that is too okay.
Yeah, that's not in the show either. That was added for the film to give more of an understanding to Glinda's character.
And it helped. It was a little bit of like understanding her, and you sort of humanize her a little bit more, where she's not as vain or appears to be as vain or only wants.
Man, that lady was so mean to her, bro. I'm sorry.
She's meaner in the movie than she is in the play.
She really was mean to her. Like, for real.
She was so dismissive.
Yeah.
She was just so dismissive. She was like,
Can I just say,
she was going away, she was walking away. She just, yeah. Whatever.
Can I just say, though, when she's given the bubble, all of us would have done that with the button. We would have been like, no way. It does that? That's so cool. Oh, my God.
Here's the thing. Don't call it what she called it, whatever the name was, when the button actually says bubble.
Bubble, yeah.
Bubble.
So don't give me that. Don't give me that one.
I'm gonna tell you, whoever was her stylist was on point. Man, they put a whole unicorn in her hair. I don't know if y'all caught that, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, it was wild. Yeah.
That was wild. I was thinking about, I don't know if y'all watched the Bridgertons. Anyway.
Well, Fiero's in it, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's Anthony Bridgerton. I have to say, there was a moment I was like, oh no, we cannot do Bridgerton in this film. Stop it.
I was thinking maybe that's the same hairstylist, because I was like, wow, it was reminded me of that.
I agree with you on the hairstyle. I'm gonna go back to what Jen said. The whole time that was happening, I don't know. I've never felt awkward at a scene, but for some reason that one made me feel awkward.
It's because there are children in the movie.
It was like I'm in the back seat just.
But here's the thing. Ain't nobody tell y'all to take the babies to this movie.
How far are we going with this
movie?
Because
you took your baby to the movie?
But here's
my daughter knew what to expect.
But no, my thing was like, my thing was like the whole time I was like, okay, they're gonna have to stop singing eventually, and then what?
It's like, how far are we gonna go?
How far are we gonna go?
How far is this gonna go? Wait, you have
to be like my parents were when they took us to see Purple Rain. Just put the hands in front of their eyes.
But then you get the pan up, right? And you're like, okay.
You can breathe a little bit.
But then we come back and we know what
here's the thing. We're adults. We understand other types of, hey, this is about to go down, and we pan out. I was grateful for the pan out because I literally said, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump to the ending too, because we get to the end. We know the story of Wizard of Oz.
Can I say?
You know what? Let me. We know the story of Wizard of Oz, right? Let me go through real quick.
Yep. We know the story.
Okay, we know the story. We know what has to be set out to do. They filled up their buckets and they bounced. Throughout the movie, they were talking about, well, at the beginning, they talked about all the rumors of how to kill her, what can kill her, or whatever. And we know the ending. She gets hit with a pail of water. Like, you know.
You got to do it for
real.
You
know? And that's what you get, right?
Right.
So we get this whole part of like this look behind the curtain a little bit from like our story from what the Wizard of Oz, what we know with them coming. And this whole time, Elphaba and Glinda, they're talking, they're sort of reconciling, sort of knowing what has to happen. And that whole like split door scene, I was like, come on, man. Like,
it reminded me of that split door scene in Sinners.
Here's the cool thing about this that I just learned from an interview that the director gave. That whole thing was improvised.
It was so good.
Yeah,
It was,
that,
and there was actually no door there. Is what he said.
oh no. And
There
the
was
fact
no
that
door there. It was just improvised right after they sung. He didn't say cut, and they just kept going. It was just all
it was
instinct.
perfect.
That's how you get cinematic gold like that. You know what I'm saying?
So
and then we see the cinematic from Glinda's eyes of how Dorothy splashed Elphaba and how she, dissolved, burned, whatever.
melting.
It melted.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a
So-
world! What a world!
That. And now it makes sense why she put on so much for doing that. Oh, what a world.
What a world! What a
Anyway.
world!
And that's what Glinda thought. Like, she was gone. She came out. She saw that the hat was only still there, and it was very emotional from a emotional standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Very
I
high.
was crying for like a good 30 minutes when this started to play out. I was like, oh my gosh, here it comes.
But then this is where I feel like you saw it coming. I felt trapdoor. I was like, there's no way she could be dead.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a trapdoor that she was in, and who comes back to get her? Nobody but Fiyero as the Scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they run off together into the upside down of whatever was under the yellow brick road. I've been rewatching Stranger Things. I know y'all don't watch Stranger Things. So they go in and they're just walking the earth essentially now, like or the other earth or whatever other universe that they're in. That I can't remember what the animals said where they were going. And
it's just a barren. It's a barren forest. Is all it was. That's what they call it.
But the other little key that we get from it is that we find out who her dad is.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say it? Can I say the phrase?
Go ahead, Jid.
Oz, you are the father.
And here comes Jeff Goldblum. Just
right. I didn't know. Yeah.
I didn't put two and two together. But we can work through this. We can do this.
Well, here's the thing. In the show, you only see the bottle in Act 1. You don't see the bottle again until Glinda gives it to him. It never reappears at all, which is why I would debate a little bit. You kind of really don't see it coming. But in this one, they
did. But with him,
for the movie, you kind of
do
because as soon as that bottle was there, and Emily knows this, when I get excited in movies, like I just
tap her.
If you're next by me, I'm just hitting you. Like, hey, that's what I did to her. I was like the bottle, and I didn't say anything because like, well, we've seen that bottle because somebody took a little swig of that bottle in that cage, and then I think they showed him with it one other time. And then they do the whole flashback scene from the first movie where we see the man, and it happens to be young Jeff Goldblum or Oz, and he leaves Oz, man.
I will have to say this: I loved Jeff Goldblum's performance when Oz's realization hit him. Like, oh my god, that was my. What have I done?
And like I said, for all his brilliance, how could he not?
Right under his nose.
Right under his nose. His daughter right there.
Nose.
Right there.
And he's in search. He's in search of family. His family is literally there. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that was one of the best like payoffs from this movie too. I was like, oh, I like that. I like tying it together that way.
And then to make him get in his balloon, and now you just gotta go float and live with that. Live with the fact that you killed your.
That was like the last thing that just broke Glinda. Just like, I'm sorry. I'm done. Nope. I'm done. That's it. I'm good. You're leaving now. You're going to get caged in the air and just watch everything from the air. And I'm just going to clean up everything. We're done.
Yeah. She took over like a boss at the end. It was great to see that authority figure that she, the monkeys flew out into a cage in the sky too.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
What else? There is her. Essentially, I feel like everything happened and everything worked out best that it possibly could.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said at the top of the show, you know, all the characters from part 1 where we leave them, they all have to make a choice. And we see the choices that they make and the consequences of those choices.
You know how big of a charlatan the Oz has to be, though?
Oh,
because like, even just thinking back of like the Wizard of Oz, it's like, oh, buddy, you had a heart all along. You know what I mean? Like, tap on the hey, you had a brain all along, man. It's number hay up there, but you gotta work. The courage you got, it's inside you all along.
You had it all along.
We came from this place for you to tell me I had it all along. And,
right.
And now just because you told me I got courage.
But then to get back to what we were saying a moment ago, since we're in the spoiler section now, about the dialogue between Elphaba and the wizard was, you know, why don't you just tell the truth? Why don't you just say this and say that? I'm going to have you do this. Like, well, no one's going to believe you.
Yeah.
Because people just want the truth they want to hear, not the actual truth, which that was hard. That hit so hard.
It was hard. It was hard because it was truth.
It's true. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
and people don't want to hear that. And it was 100%. I mean, he built Oz to where it is now.
Yes.
Okay. Only God knows how long he's been there and where he came from, because nobody knows where he came from. Which I'm thinking he came from that barren wasteland that they were headed to at the end.
Well, technically, if you tie it into the original Wizard of Oz, he comes from Kansas, like Dorothy.
Yeah.
Boy, so talking about that cyclone coming through, man.
That was which Madam Marable did.
Yeah.
That was her doing.
Boy, a house, man. Yeah, we can tell her sister this. It's obvious. It's obviously a scheme to get her out.
But she was like, make something up. She ain't say kill her.
But to drop a whole house on your sister, man.
Right, but it just shows that's where
leave the socks and shoes out.
but then that's where it shows that Glinda and the wizard both are realizing this is getting too much.
It was past. It was already past too much with all the propaganda stuff they were sending out about the
right. But for those two characters, that was the moment for them both. It's like,
because
now we're
they had stood by and watched them kill people before. Remember? So I mean, what makes it this?
Well, how had they killed people before? I thought it was taking the animals.
Oh well, I'm sorry, just animals, I guess. I mean, y'all don't
what they've done to the animals, I guess.
Yeah. Like,
but nobody, not to the point. Like,
and now they actually kill the person.
Yeah.
Excuse me, unalive. Sorry, YouTube, unalive.
Yeah. Hey, you dropped a house on the man. I don't know what else.
Yeah. Hey,
they ain't here no more.
And she is not the Incredible Hulk, so she ain't busting through that.
Nope.
Okay. It's just, I'm not gonna say that on here. I'll tell you after it. Anything else we want to go over? But from Wicked for Good. Anything else before we tap out for the night of our review?
I think the people should go see it.
Yeah.
And
it's already at 150 million. It's already hit 150 million this weekend.
Really?
So
3 days.
I thought I saw new numbers this morning. I think it's higher now.
Oh shoot! I checked this morning, and it's 150. So never telling it's 6 o'clock now, so 7. No telling what it's at right now. So
I thought I saw a new post around the 3 o'clock hour.
Yeah. Okay. So we knew it's gonna dominate this week, Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
Prior weeks going into December.
Yeah.
So it's no matter what you think about it, no matter what expectations you thought it had or thought it met, it's gonna do well. And I'm hoping future wise this opens up, because I'm not a big musical guy, but if there's stories like this out here where you say you have a property and you're adding more to it, or you're doing a prequel to it or whatever, I wouldn't mind seeing it, because it's easily could be adapted into film, as we see this has the last 2 years. So anything else is out there that I'm sure this won't be the last musical we see anytime soon, because I'm sure once they see those numbers from it, they're going to be thinking about what other property can we do this?
What else can we do? Yeah.
So, man, this was a fun one. I like this movie. This movie was really good. And now we have
so good.
Yeah, I'd rather watch both of these than The Wizard of Oz at this point. Dude,
well,
that movie.
You'll
did
never
y'all ever watch
The Wizard of Oz the same way again.
No.
Did y'all ever watch that YouTube video I sent y'all about the? It was a crap show.
Yeah,
the making of The Wizard of Oz was a crap show.
What? I don't think I did. I need to.
Yeah, do us a favor. Do that tonight. Because the fact that they were just sprinkling asbestos on Dorothy and all them for snow is a wild thing to think of. But
that was asbestos?
Yeah, the snow was. Yeah. Jen.
Yeah.
They burned the witch, literally. When she goes through the trap door and before the Yellow Brick Road, before they go down the Yellow Brick Road, they did it 4 times, I think. And they got it right in the first 2, 3, 4 takes. That 4th take, they lit her on fire. And they could barely get the green paint off her face. It was a crap show. It was they recast it Tin Man, and then here comes another Tin Man that they put him in the wrong suit, the new suit. When he should have been in the dirty one because they hadn't seen the Oz yet. So I had to reshoot all of that. It was a crap show. Good video.
They had like 2 or 3 different 3 or 4 different directors.
Yeah, and it didn't make money. It didn't make money until it hit TV and VHS and all the other stuff. So it didn't even make a profit, I don't think. But great documentary to watch if you haven't seen it.
I will watch it. Now I need to now.
Yeah, it's so good. But anything else before we hit that in-stream button? Doc, you up?
Oh no, I'm good, man. It was a wonderful movie. I thought it was brilliant. I think you should go and see it, and hey, come back and let us know what you think about it.
Jen, over to you.
Everyone go see The Wizard. And he is the father.
He is the father. And I want to end on that note because on every Wednesday, not this Wednesday for the Thanksgiving holiday, but we'll be back the week after. We are here on Wednesdays at 9:05 p.m. EST. Click, share, subscribe, do all the social media stuff. We're here for it. We'll be here. Yeah, we'll be here for it. So without further ado, I'm Dion. That's Jen. That's Doc. And we'll be right back here every Wednesday for your fandom pleasures. How about that? Fandom pleasures? That sounds a little...
Yeah, don't do that anymore.
Let's
get out of here.
That's too much.